Hi guys, it's Peachy Bone. Welcome back to my another YouTube video. I'm super excited to talk about the topic I want to bring today. It's 5 things you can do now to start your 2024 fitness journey. Me too. I need to hear these 5 things. So I know it's New Year. Everybody set their goals and wanting to be New Year, new me, which is, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if you really want to achieve your goals, you need to set yourself for success instead of like making a vision board and just dreaming or wishing about it, but really trying to put into work day in, day out, week in, week out, and month in, month out. We're gonna do this together, guys. We're gonna achieve our 2024 goals together. So, without any further ado, let's talk about the first things that we need to hear. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is setting a clear goal. It is so important to know what is your goal specifically. For example, when it comes to fitness journey, you can set a goals like, okay, I want to lose body fat. Okay, now you want to lose body fat. You need to consider also about the time frame. You cannot lose body fat in a matter of like 1 week or 2 weeks. It's not, it takes time. Okay, so now that you have this goal, losing body fat, knowing that the time frame is also important. So you set a realistic goal. Okay, I want to lose body fat, this amount of fat. Okay, it depends on each individuals, how many fat percentage that you have. So you need to know, acknowledge first. Okay, now you see your goal, acknowledge that it takes time. So you set a clear goal each week, what you can do to achieve those goals. For example, now you say you want to lose body fat. Okay, in a week, what you can do, if you haven't even start training, set a clear goal. Okay, I will start training 3 times a week. And then the more I feel stronger, I will add more intensity. And also, what can help you to get there is like you adding 10K steps per day or 12K steps per day. So I am a big fan of consistency over intensity. You can always add more intensity on your workout, add more routine on your workout. If you can be consistent with a small routine that you start to build first. Because again, especially if you've been doing your old habits, your old patterns, it will require some time for you, for yourself, and your body to adapt to this routine. So start small, do it consistently. Now think about this routine is something small. You will not see any change or progress during 1 day or 2 days, but over time it will add up. You will see the progress. It's like, like the toilet paper. I need to give this example. So when you take 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't see, but over time it will decrease. The same thing like you want to lose body fat or you want to achieve your goal. Small little routine, we underestimate it. We don't see it. We think that it's not going to help because we don't see any change in 1 day. But over time, over weeks and months, you trust me, you will see the progress. Trust me, I was also like that type of girl who's like, I want the intensity, I want it now, like go intense, go intense. And I thought the more the better, but sometimes less is more. Okay, so it depends. Sometimes you need to see where you are and what's realistic you can do right now. Try to build the consistency first, and you can always progress it. You can add more training in your routine as you more consistent. So yeah, having a goal and setting a time frame, realistic one, and then make a list what you can do every day and every week to lead you to these big goals. Okay, so set a clear goal. Okay, so number 2 is build a good habit. Now you have the to-do list from the first step. Then now you can focus on building the habits. Okay, now you have 3 times a week workout, for example, if you want to lose body fat, and then you have 10K steps per day, and then you have this meal plans and everything set up. Now you try to build this as a habit. Okay, building habits requires you need to believe the person that you want it to be is your identity. So for example, like you want it to be this fit girl, you want to lose body fat. So you need to believe that that's your identity. It will help you to build these habits. Think about like, okay, the fit girl, what they do. I know this sounds so cringe, but it will help, trust me. So fit girl that will not skip the gym, that will try their best to put into work day in and day out. I believe everything is manifest because it's already happening internally in you. So when you have this clear mindset about you being a fit girl, even though you're physically not there yet, but your body will try to find an evidence and proof. And trust me, I've seen that in myself personally. I know you can take this advice or leave it, but I apply this to my some of my clients as well, and it does work. It's all happening in your mindset first. A lot of people fall into the old habits again because their identity hasn't changed. When you change your identity, I am a fit girl, I'm not skipping the gym, I am motivated, consistent, you believe that, and your mindset is already set, and it will manifest in the physical world too. I will share a little bit of my fitness journey. I used to be so weak and I was ill for a long time, and it was my identity as a weak kid for a long time. But I can rewrite my story again. It's not because I'm superhuman more than other people know. I know that what changed me so much, it was in my mindset. I was like, no, I am strong. It's not that I'm also neglecting that I was feeling weak. I acknowledge that, but I also know I can rewrite my own story. So it's crazy because when you believe that, your body trying to find an evidence. I sometimes think like I learn so many things that I never thought that I will learn. And it's the building evidence. Be mindful about the words that you put into yourself. Because when I say I am strong, my body listens to it and it's trying to find an evidence. And I've seen now the habits, the mindset, and the lifestyle I live in, it's live up to that mindset I set that time. So if you really want to build that habits, good habits that helps you to reach your goals, you have to also believe that your identity is that girl, your higher self. So it will help you to maintain the good habits and you will not fall off the track. When you fall off the track, you get back up again. It was just a part of the journey because you have this strong mindset about yourself that you can achieve these goals, that you are already that girl. Habits and identity of yourself is something you cannot separate. So if you want to develop a good habit, it becomes your lifestyle and you can sustain it for a longevity, then you also need to think about you, your identity, set yourself as a higher self. Takes a lot of practice. The more practice, the better you become. So okay, so the third point is monitor your progress. I feel like a lot of us setting a goals, but we don't really come back and checking in with us, especially when it comes to training. For example, if you're doing squats every week, monitor your progress by tracking your weights, how many kg you do in first set, write it down, second set, third set. So by that, you can always track your progress over a week, over months, oh, I can adding more weights next week, or oh, I need to decrease a little bit. So the same thing with our goals. I think it's so important to checking in every week with yourself, like, okay, this week what did you have done, like what can I do better next week. So it's just very important to make it adjustment as well, like being flexible. For example, actually I'm setting too much routine or actually I'm setting too much thing, in my list. So that way it's very hard for me to like set a time and everything. So maybe you can make a little adjustment, or maybe it's too less. Maybe you can add a little bit more. So checking in with yourself, monitor. It's like you're building a house, for example. You're not gonna like, guys, build a house. I'm gonna provide the money, buy you guys this ceilings and this stuff, but you never checking on you know, your construction, your house. So when you build a house, you want to checking in, right? Every week, what progress we already done. Oh, do you think we need to then make an adjustment? Oh, maybe this thing we should change it. Same like your goals, check in every week, every month. I think this way will help us so much to make a better movement next time. And also at the end of the day, it's your own journey. So you need to find what works for your goals. You know, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to give you tips. But at the end of the day, every person, everybody is different. So you need to be very open and you're willing to make an adjustment when it's needed. Don't be afraid to try something. If what you do is not working, it's fine to make an adjustment. For example, like, oh, you do 3 times a week, it's time for me to add more training routine in my program, then add it, you know? Or you hire a coach and you don't feel aligned anymore and you need to change it up because you need to make an improvement, so change your coach. Or you feel like I'm not growing in this environment, draining my energy, then change. Always change and monitor your progress. Okay, monitor how you feel, how your body responds, monitor how's your life's going, so track it, you know, checking on yourself as much as you need it. So the fourth point is prioritizations. I believe if you're setting something as a priority, you will always try to make a time no matter how busy your life gets. If you put your health as a number one priority, you want to move your body. You're not seeing working out or moving your body as something as a chore. So I personally implement that in my life. Now I've been training for like almost 7 years. Of course, some days I feel too rest and I don't want to move, but I never think that I will never move my body again, you know? So I made this as a lifestyle. I know this is a long life journey and I'm putting my health first, number one priority. And now think about this. When you're training in the gym, it's not just helping you build muscle if your goal is to build muscle. But when you do strength training, resistance training, it helps your bone. It increases your bone density. And then when your bone density gets stronger, your joint gets stronger too. And when your joint gets stronger, your immune system gets stronger. And when you think about this and you're moving your body, it's actually help for your immune system. You know that you will not want things to not moving your body, if that makes sense. And also with cardio, it's not just helping you to burn all those calories, but it's also help you to strengthen your cardiovascular muscle, and it helps you for longevity. Over years, you will see the benefits of what you built right now, you know? I think it's totally fine to have an aesthetic goal and to wanting to look good. Who doesn't want to look good? You're gonna feel good when you look good, but also not neglecting that your health should be your number one priority. It will help you to stay consistent. And again, the key to see progress is to be consistent, you know? Okay, guys, now we come to the fifth point, which is the last point. I feel like this is something all of us need to hear, is stop self-sabotaging. It is very, 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 very important to listen to this. How many times did I hear a lot of people say, I'm going to start on Monday, I'm going to start next week. Oh no, next month. I am too. I was like that. When you have a goal and then you say, I'm going to start on Monday or next week, next month, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Yes. Why? Because when you say that, you already make an excuse. Guys, believe me, there is no better time than right now. Yes, a lot of you guys will think, okay, so what can we do right now? Sit down, make a list what you can do right now. Get out from your overthinking and procrastination. Start to write down what you can do right now. When you start to write down, you will see there's a lot of answer. I can tell you what you can do now. Okay, write down. Go to the grocery stores, buy more whole foods, fruits, veggies, more protein, cooking at home. Okay, now what can I do? Okay, I'm in the office. I can go to the grocery stores, but I can go home later. Then the second thing, now that you're maybe lunch somewhere, then okay, what can I do now? You have the menu. Instead of like ordering those greasy food, you can order something like whole foods, real foods. This is requires you to be very like, okay, I'm willing to change. When you set that tone, when you set that intention, you will start to see, you will start to notice what you can do right now to actually bettering yourself. When you set this intention and you're willing to make a change right now, trust me, this sounds woo-woo, but your mind will be open and then see all the things, the opportunity, the things you can do right now to actually bettering yourself. There's so many choices you can do. And you can always make this as a practice. Every time you want to make an excuse, okay, step back. Okay, you're aware that you're going to make an excuse. Take a step back, notice that you're going to make an excuse, and also notice that you have another options, you know? So you have the choice every time, every time. So You don't need to be honest with me. You need to be honest to yourself. And me too. I'm practicing a lot about this. Okay, now that I'm like, sometimes I go home, I'm tired. I just want to order food, or I just want to like, doing anything. But I know at this time I have a choice, and my body capable to do something. It was just me being a little bit lazy, knowing that you also have another option and you can do something else rather than excuses. So practicing this, I know it will be a little bit hard at first. Bring the awareness to yourself. This is the first step, and you notice what's coming through, and try to pull yourself from your thoughts and see the pattern. Okay, there's two choices. I'm going to make an excuses, and now I'm going to choose this one. It's going to be quite challenging, but practice. Okay, everything is about practice. The more practice you do, the better you will be. Okay, and also give yourself a little grace if it's a little bit hard. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Again, it's practice. So it will take time, and it's okay. For everyone, time frames it will be different. Trust me, if you implement this, it will help you so much in the long run, and it will help us to reach those big goals. So little things add up, and it will lead us to reaching those big goals. Okay guys, so this video comes to an end, so I need to wrap things up. I hope you can learn something from this. I really appreciate if you can let me know in the comment what you learned, and yeah, just give your girl a little bit of support. Give likes or subscribes, it goes along the way, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.